In a nutshell, good character. I like to sort of the start because that's when we're both fresh, both planned, organised, got your plan set, and but more than that, our effort and our.
Ross, can you give us your thoughts on that?
Good start, mediocre, second and third, really strong finish. So I think that's in a nutshell. Good character. I like to sort of the start because that's when we're both fresh, both planned, organised, got your plan set, and but more than that, our effort and our ball use, and it was really a positive quarter. And then lost our way. Its midfield clearance worked dramatically. They put the whole team under pressure, but we found a way to defend fiercely. And then once we started winning the ball, we were able to score and get really good ground position, 15 entries to 7. So got reward for our first quarter in the last quarter, really. Against what is a very good side, they're a bit like us, having challenges thrown at them. I think Mooney went down, did he? Did he come back? Yeah, I'm not sure. But they've had challenges like we have. Both teams fought it out. So really pleased to get the 4 points and get some further belief out of the way we're going about our footy.
Was their heritage in your mind clearly a result of Griffin going down, and was that really the main reason they got back?
No, I wouldn't have thought. I think, look, Jolly's very good, controlled some of the hit areas, but clearance works a lot more than hit out, so I don't like that as an excuse. We'll drill down. There's a little bit of a pattern out of the Gold Coast. But we got back to some of the things we were asking them to do, and it turned around in the last quarter so there's a bit about some discipline in there, adherence to what the team wants and not what the initiative at the time is. So, we really feel Mark Stone's our stoppage coach, so him and I got some work to do with the players.
Is it fair to say you got a bit fumbling too in the third quarter? There were opportunities.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly. The third quarter, I suppose you can complicate this game, but drop marks, kicking the man of the mark, don't back off, 50-metre penalty, unnecessary. Luke's pretty good. He normally has a bottle of water for me, but I don't think he has. That's okay. Luke. Can I use these? You've hit the nail on the head. During that third quarter, I was a frustrated man in the box with drop chest marks, lack of first handball, not backing off, 50-metre penalties. And then when you combine that with difficulties of clearance work, all of a sudden, you're under more pressure than you should be.
How significant was the move of Michael Wallace to midfield in the last quarter?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think it helped a bit. He's a pretty good player. So we see his ultimate destination through the midfield. Most, unless you're, the Jards and the Pendleburys, and most players do an apprenticeship in the forward line. I remember McManus and Luke Power and those guys, and really Blair and that, the small forward role, then you move into the midfield. And ultimately that's where, we've got Crozier and Simpson and Duffy coming up behind, and that will move. The long-term aim is Michael into the midfield, where we know he's got the run and smarts and courage to sort of thrive. So, but that's a little way off yet.
You've often said that it's not about personnel for the Dockers. You lost Hill just before the game. You basically played the whole game without Griffin. Did a performance like tonight prove that?
Oh, look, I think we've all got our common sense hat on. I think there's a tipping point, and we understand there's lists that are growing and those that are mature. But it's certainly, when you're given an opportunity, if you work really hard over the summer and you have good preparation, get an opportunity, you can do a fair bit with work rate, which I think we proved tonight. You can do it with work rate, and I think Collingwood have been proving that with their young players as well. So, against absolute first-class quality, it's difficult, but, there's a tipping point And common sense says you need a degree of, you know, mature elite talent. But in the meantime, you can get through.
Well, can you give us your thoughts on Zach Dawson's effort as a ruckman?
Yeah, I know he can ruck. He's rucked before. I thought he was terrific. I thought we left him too long in defence when we didn't need him and it unbalanced us. Excuse me. So I thought it was significant him going forward to balance up the back line. That gave us a target, gave us a ruck and allowed Michael Johnson to play on Lynch or Swan or whatever when he went forward. So I thought we were really unbalanced, I was slow to react, more slow than I should have been, and it was costly. So, but fortunately, as a coaching group, we adjusted to that and got some balance back. And him in the ruck he competed. That's what we do know about Zach. He'll compete.
What's the early prognosis on?
Look, grave concerns, but those grave concerns need to be legitimised with scans and orthopaedic surgeons who are really accurate in their assessment. Our sports doctors are very good, but in this case we defer to the absolute experts, and they're amazing what they do, the orthopaedic surgeons. So we'll wait for the scan and take it from there.
He's taken his opportunity with both hands this year. How much of a blow is it for him to start this injury now?
Well, our heart goes out to our players when they get injured. Any player at any club ACL, but again, I think it's 2 and 3 weeks now, something like that. So, but again, Kepler, Anthony, John, we'll support them. Puts us under some pressure. We've had some unfortunate stuff, but that's AFL footy. It's a hard environment.
In terms of Zach Clark, where's his situation in terms of his fitness?
Yeah, he's available. He trained this morning. Unfortunately, the Waffle had a bye. I think it's a state game or something, and so it's not ideal. But he needs to stand up. I saw him in the race on the way in, and I said, "You need to stand up." So he gets an opportunity. When that is, I'm not sure.
Could that be as soon as next week, like just straight into the AFL?
Oh, I doubt it.
You expect Hill to be there?
Yeah, he did. He was in. We were confident all week. Did a fitness test this morning. Probably could have played. It was left to my call. I just thought it was too great a risk. He'll definitely be right next week. In hindsight, we priced the risk correct on that one.
Ross, what you're not big on blowing the trumpet, but you won a game with your fifth, the guy that was starting the season with your fifth ranked ruckman leading the run with the fullback as the backup against a finals contender with 4 players that many would argue in your best 6 not on the ground. Do you take some satisfaction, or are you proud of your players?
I think that's more pertinent. The leadership of McFarlane and Mundy and Johnson, our senior core that are still there, are showing the right way to play footy and compete, and they're taking, the inexperience and the youth with them. So this list is not littered with first round early picks. If you have a look at that team tonight, and the first round picks we have had weren't Morabito, Fife, Hill, and Pitt. Pavlich aren't playing, so I'm proud of the players. At the end of the day, look, we've given them a program where they work really hard and they've got a system of play, but they get it done. We're just spectators. Game day, we help a little bit, but really proud of the player group and the leadership. They want to stand for something, and they're earning some respect. But what are we? 5-2. So I think we all enjoy it tonight, and to hear our members and fans, it's really important that they're seeing. All fans and members want to know that you give great effort. So I think win or lose, they walk away saying we're doing that at the moment. But it's no guarantee for next week. So we'll work hard. Cold light of day tomorrow.
So you mentioned the tipping point in regards to injuries. How close are you to?
There's not a formula for it. It'd be nice to not get any more though. But at the end of the day, we've still got some talent to come through. We're Hill 5, Zach Clark perhaps should be back in 2 to 3 weeks. Aaron in 6. I think Jesse Crichton's down there. Viv Michi's tearing up the Waffle. Tommy Sheridan's ready to go. So we've still got a bit to come. We're not on our knees here.
Just back to 3/4 time, Ross, you took a little bit of time in the dugout? Was that to solidify your thoughts or just identify what exactly was the issues you wanted to articulate to your player?
Yeah, I was just getting organised, you know, the balance of the team. The line coaches are very knowledgeable. They can get to their groups and help balance them up. And so I just wanted to be succinct with a couple of key messages, not complicated. So I took that time to gather myself. But, you know, the line coaches had done a fair bit. I just sort of went out and just topped them up a little bit. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ross.